The 10,000-hour rule is the biggest learning myth of our generation. A Nobel Prize-winning cognitive scientist proved this with decades of math research. You don't need 10,000 hours to master any professional field. The real number he calculated is only 417 focused hours total. If you study 6 high-quality hours daily, that's just under 70 days. Add regular review cycles, 6 months is all you need from zero to expert. This method has been validated across dozens of professional fields. By the end of this video, you'll get a minute-by-minute actionable learning system. We'll break down how your brain actually stores long-term knowledge, why some people retain information forever after one read-through, while others reread material 10 times and still forget everything fast. First, a critical question to ask yourself today. When was the last time you truly mastered a skill completely? Not just skimmed a book or watched a quick tutorial clip. Something you can pull out and apply confidently anytime you need it. Most people pause and think of driving or riding a bike as kids. Strange, right? We read dozens of books and watch hundreds of educational videos yearly. Yet, almost nothing sticks long-term in our memory banks. Nobel laureate Herbert Simon gave a brutal, honest explanation. You're not actually studying. You're only performing fake learning. He named this common mental trap the illusion of knowledge. Highlighting text, saving articles, bookmarking quotes tricks your brain. It sends a false signal that you've fully absorbed that information. The content never moves into long-term memory storage. It only passes briefly through your eyes before vanishing entirely. Stanford University ran a famous controlled memory experiment to prove this. They split students into 2 separate test groups with identical reading material. Group 1 reread the same textbook passage 4 times straight. Group 2 read once only, then closed the book to recite everything aloud. 1 week later, researchers administered a full retention exam. Group 2's memory retention rate was 3 times higher than Group 1. Simply rereading text wastes your time compared to active recall. So why do we instinctively pick the lazy, ineffective study habit? Passive rereading requires zero mental effort on your brain's part. Active recitation drains massive cognitive processing power. Your brain always chooses the path of least mental resistance. You log hours of fake studying, yet never make real progress. You feel proud of your effort, but your brain's biology doesn't lie. Worse still, fake learning fuels constant background anxiety. You feel like you know bits of every subject but master none. Your knowledge list grows longer, yet your practical skills never improve. Let's unpack Simon's mathematical framework for 6-month expertise. This number wasn't a random guess. It's calculated data. Herbert Simon, father of AI and cognitive psychology, spent 50 years researching human information processing limits. He discovered a core rule for human memory. It takes roughly 30 seconds to encode one knowledge chunk. A chunk means a complete unit of logic your brain stores as one single package. Examples: Pythagorean theorem, supply and demand, economic principle. To become a professional expert, you need roughly 50,000 unique chunks. 50,000 multiplied by 30 seconds equals 1.5 million total seconds. Convert that unit, and you land on 417 focused learning hours. 6 daily high-focus hours gets you there in about 70 calendar days. Add spaced repetition review to fight the forgetting curve. 6 months is a very conservative total timeline for mastery. If this math checks out, why do people study 10 years with no expert-level skill? Their study hours are mostly unfocused, distracted pseudo-work. 1 hour studying breaks down to 40 minutes phone scrolling, 10 minutes zoning out. Only 15 actual minutes of genuine focused learning exists in that block. This is the first core principle of Simon's learning method. It's not that you haven't studied long enough. Your focus time is far too little. Psychologist Anders Ericsson's deliberate practice research backs this up. He compared elite violinists and casual amateur instrumentalists. Total daily practice time wasn't the separating factor. The difference lay in hours of intentional, focused, deliberate practice. Top virtuosos stick to exactly 4 focused practice hours each day. Past that threshold, your brain hits protective cognitive fatigue. All learning efficiency plummets sharply afterward. Simon's rule: don't waste 8 unfocused hours each day. Dedicate 4 to 6 fully uninterrupted high-focus hours instead. Now, the next big question. Why do some people retain knowledge permanently? The secret lies in how your brain organizes stored information chunks. Simon found IQ barely separates novices and masters. The real gap is chunking ability to connect ideas together. A beginner's brain stores knowledge as messy, scattered clutter. Every fact sits isolated with no cross-reference connections. Expert brains operate like organized, indexed digital libraries. Every concept links to dozens of related supporting ideas. The famous chess master experiment perfectly demonstrates this difference. Researchers briefly showed chess masters and new players real game boards for 5 seconds. Masters accurately reconstructed 90% of all piece positions afterward. New players only hit around 20% accuracy on the same test. When pieces were placed fully randomly with no game logic, both groups performed equally poorly. Masters don't have photographic supermemory. They group multiple pieces into single logical chunks instantly. Bigger connected chunks mean faster, sharper, critical thinking. That's why experts cut straight to the root of any complex problem. Their pre-connected knowledge chunks process massive data instantly. Simon outlined 3 actionable rules to build robust knowledge chunks. Rule 1. Prioritize full conceptual understanding over rote memorization. Memorized, isolated facts never form usable connected chunks. Full comprehension lets ideas automatically categorize themselves. Rule 2. Intentionally link new material to existing knowledge you already own. Force yourself to draw connections even if the comparison is imperfect. Any mental link beats zero association entirely. Rule 3. Constant active retrieval, not passive rereading. Recite content without checking your notes repeatedly. Every retrieval exercise strengthens chunk connection pathways in your brain. This is exactly why the Feynman learning technique works so powerfully. Simplify complex ideas and explain them to absolute beginners. This process forces you to assemble complete, coherent chunks. Clear, simple explanations signal fully formed mental frameworks. Knowing theory isn't enough for most viewers to actually follow through. I'm breaking Simon's system down into 4 copy-paste actionable steps. Every stage has clear, measurable standards you can follow daily. Step 1. Narrow your target field down to tiny, specific subtopics. Most learners fail by picking overly broad, vague goals. Instead of learn investing, master Nash equilibrium game theory first. Instead of study psychology, start with loss aversion, behavioral economics. Small defined subfields generate fast, positive learning feedback loops. Step 2. Build a complete preliminary knowledge map before studying. Spend 2 to 3 hours listing all core key terms of the field. You don't need full comprehension yet. Just name recognition. Draw a simple flowchart separating foundational, intermediate, and applied concepts. This map acts as your 6-month learning battle plan. Studying blind without a roadmap wastes tons of focus time. Step 3. Follow the 3 by 30-minute daily study framework. First, 30 minutes. Absorb new content with active note-taking. Second, 30 minutes. Close all materials and recite everything in your own words. Revisit sections you can't explain clearly to fill gaps. Third, 30 minutes. Apply knowledge via practice problems or real case scenarios. Imperfect application still builds strong chunk connections in your brain. Take 10-minute breaks between each 30-minute block. 2 full cycles daily equals 3 focused study hours total. This pace lets you master a niche field within 6 months. Step 4. Weekly and monthly knowledge compression review. Condense all weekly learning down to one single-page summary every Sunday. Compress 4 weekly pages into one monthly overview document. This compression process physically bundles loose facts into solid chunks. After 6 months, you'll have a concise 20-page expert reference manual. Elon Musk used this exact chunk-building system to learn rocket engineering. He didn't read every textbook cover to cover blindly. First mapped all core aerospace knowledge areas, then targeted each chunk. Question-based focused learning cut his self-study timeline drastically. He mastered reusable rocket design in under 5 years of self-teaching. 6 months truly is enough to reach expert proficiency in any niche. One critical prerequisite most learners ignore entirely. Simon's learning method redefines how you value your time. Once you grasp 6 months, can reshape your entire career trajectory. You'll never tolerate unfocused fake studying again. Today's information age floods us with endless tutorials and articles. Few people master the skill of turning info into real, usable ability. Millions get stuck between knowing concepts and real execution. They bookmark content to learn later, yet never apply any of it. 6 months of consistent, focused work can elevate any beginner to expert level. Your brain's cognitive system is mathematically predictable. If it can be calculated, it can be optimized intentionally. Your growth trajectory isn't fixed by natural talent alone. 6 months from now, you can be a completely different, skilled person. The only variable is when you start consistent, focused learning. If this science-backed learning system changed how you study, hit like now. Subscribe for more evidence-based productivity and learning psychology guides. Comment below, what skill do you plan to master in 6 months? Catch you next time. Build expert-level focus one chunk at a time.